was bad. She wants, oh, you know what? Over the years, I done gave you $60,000. I want it back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like to me is going on.
Yeah.
It don't sound like this dude was like no actual con artist. You know, because they work faster than that.
True that. True that. And she should have just sued him. Why would she? Whatever.
You can't get blood out of a turnip.
True that.
So you can sue all you want to, but if he ain't got no money, and she know firsthand he don't have no money because she be the one carrying him.
Well, she went to the police and made a police report that he took her $60,000. What was they gonna do?
I guess
this maybe for the record.
Yeah, I guess she thought that he was going to be arrested because she's claiming that she was scammed.
For the record.
But, you know, it's one of those things that's kind of like after the fact, like after years of a relationship, like he scammed me because it didn't turn out the way that I wanted.
Again, like, why would you go to the police for that?
Why would you go to the police for anything, I almost say?
Man, true that. She should have just took him.
Well, why would you go to the police and report a crime and try to report somebody for not following you contract murder and he doesn't follow through on it? Why would you go to police and report that?
I know.
That is very true.
Come on now.
Very true. Wow.
Oh man, this story comes out of Washington. Man breaks into a sheriff's office, brings donuts.
This just sounds like clickbait.
No, this is a real story. It's a real story. The 26-year-old man had a roommate. They don't go into details. I don't know if he's mentally disturbed or what, but apparently the roommate was driving this guy to his wit's end, and he felt like he wanted to kill his roommate. And he said, rather than this, it was at after midnight. And he said, rather than stay at home and possibly kill his roommate, he went to go turn himself to the police. He went to his local sheriff's. This is a small town, and they were closed.
What?
So he buys donuts because he knows they're going to be mad when he breaks in. So he buys donuts for the police, breaks the window, goes into the back office, smokes a cigar, puts his feet up on the desk, and waits for the sheriffs to come in. And they come in. They asked that he confess. He's like, yes, I did it. He told them the whole story. I had to get away. I would rather come here and you guys lock me up for this than to possibly kill this man. And I brought these donuts.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And I brought you donuts because I knew you guys were going to be pissed off.
I love this man.
Right?
He lives in my America.
Right?
He lives in my America.
It's so something that I would do.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love him. I really
like
do.
this dude.
He need to be my roommate.
You got great roommates, though. That's crazy.
That's a trippy story, right?
It's so trippy.
I think he should be like citizen of the month or some shit.
I agree.
He should get the key to the city, at least the key to the sheriff's office.
It's like it's not a lot of places to get help at midnight.
No, it's not. Well, not in that
You know what I'm
town.
saying? There's like not a lot of places. So he went to the police, couldn't get help. He said, I'm just gonna break the window and I'll sit here and wait for the police because I don't want to kill this man.
I like his common sense approach too. Like,
right. So
I know I'm gonna kill this mofo.
Yeah.
Let me get out of here.
Let me get out of here because that's the
Where
trip.
did he find a donut stand that was open late?
Oh, they got 24-hour donut places.
But the sheriff's office don't stay open 24 hours. This town.
Well, sheriffs don't make minimum
eyebrow.
wage.
Yeah, right.
That's true. Well,
you can give the donut person minimum wage. They'll be there all night.
okay, I guess so.
Yeah, and they only have to make enough donuts to get them through the night, which they're not gonna have. It's not the same quantity that they need in the daytime. So
yeah, okay.
Plus,
So
it
it's not
depends I was gonna say it depends on how big the town is.
Yeah.
Some towns really only do have like 2 patrol people. Some counties only have 2-3 patrol people.
But the donut shops stay open all night.
Or the diner.
Or the diner.
Yeah.
Why he doesn't stay there then? Who knows?
He
Either
was
way.
trying to keep his roommate safe and keep himself out of jail for a felony.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
I like him.
I do
No,
too.
he's great. He's great. He's something I would.
He should
something
run
I
for
would never
president.
do.
Okay, you know what? One more. What's one more?
I don't know.
What's one more?
He
Almost
had his
25
wits in.
people.
I don't know about him.
Almost 25 people running for the Democratic ticket. Like 2 of them worth anything.
Okay, let's go pick up the pace a little bit. We actually haven't talked about TV in a minute.
Oh.
We usually talk about TV every week. But so they're saying since Game of Thrones has ended, and a lot of people got that void, people like me are in therapy because of the void, that gaping hole that Game of Thrones has left. I just feel empty.
Damn sure.
And I need something to fill it. And so I had to go talk. I was about to go lock myself in the police station.
Oh, Lord.
Because I didn't want to hurt a motherfucker.
Oh, no. Take a pill, D now.
So I know I better take some donuts with me if I do that, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, they're saying there's a couple of shows out or coming out soon that could possibly fill that void. One of them is Netflix. And I have to say, since our story a few weeks ago on Netflix and about their business model and how they quit on shows real quick and all that kind of stuff, that kind of low key traumatized me. I'm in therapy about that too. I'm Netflix. Yeah, I'm not even when, every month when I get that Netflix credit or debit on my account, like it kind of. I get depressed. Oh. I feel sad. There's a sadness that comes over me now. Where it used to be like, oh, okay, Netflix, whatever, But now because of the way I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that business model. And it's hard for me to trust them and go all in. But all that notwithstanding, they have a show coming out called The Witcher. And it's based on some books that a video game is based on. So, or wait, the books came first, then the video game. Okay. And then the show. And the show is based on that. So anyway, I have never played The Witcher or read any of the books of The Witcher, but it sounds pretty awesome. It sounds very, medieval, Middle Earth type stuff, along the lines of Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and those type of things. Okay. So it sounds pretty dope. And even though I'm hesitant about it and got all these mixed emotions because of Netflix's crazy fucked up business model, I'm still kind of looking forward to it. Because I know they're big hits, because this sounds like it could be a big hit. They're big hits. They are going to abandon that model. You know what I mean? Like there's no sign of Stranger Things slowing down. You know what I mean? And their third season just came out. Yeah. So
they should do a show about this. I grew up this dude named John. He used to play basketball, but then he got on crack. And they can do a show called The Twitcher.
Oh, my God.
In the other competition for that Game of Thrones void in your life is Amazon Prime coming out with a Lord of the Rings series.
Wow.
A series.
Yeah, a series. I believe it's a series, not a movie. Yes, Lord of the Rings.
Great.
On Amazon Prime.
Because that's what we need.
So I detect some sarcasm. It's getting shady in here.
Oh my gosh, there's so many stories. Stop doing the same damn ones.
That is so true. We talked about that.
So many stories. Stop doing the same ones.
Okay. So, in other movie news, TV movie news.
Good movie news.
Depends. Is it? I don't know.
Because they're also doing another old story again.
Yeah. Right. You got to be. If you're going to be there for one, be there for all of it. So Little Mermaid is coming out, live action. And
with the very talented Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey is playing Little Mermaid, Little Ariel. And people are not happy about that.
Oh no, it's so sad.
People are not happy about that.
Haters.
And you know what? I kind of with them.
Why?
Not. I'm kind of with them a
little
bit.
Really? Do most fictional characters don't have their race specified?
They kind of do sometimes, especially when there's books and stuff involved. And from what I understand, she's described and she's Nordic and all that kind of stuff. So
but she's not redhead in the original book.
She's not? Okay, whatever. Like I said.
And that's the problem.
Disney changed a lot of stuff when they do things to make it Disney-fied. So, I mean, and it really is like every culture has their version of different stories, right? So you can sort of, people change it to fit theirs. I mean, because it's like comedy, it's local. So when they tell a story like Hansel and Gretel, there's a African version of Hansel and Gretel, but they are not in the woods. They're in the plains and the deserts and stuff like that, because that's the surroundings there. They just sort of change it. So this makes sense that they would change this to fit the culture that we have.
And I don't understand the big deal about the whole thing. It's just like she's very talented, and I feel like her size, her stature, her look, her everything, she would definitely make a great live action Ariel. And I feel like instead of criticizing her about her skin tone, let's wait until we see what she can do and then criticize her about her talents.
Let me ask you about this though, sister. You don't care about the interracial relationship?
No.
Because
I'm more excited to see what the fish is going to do than the white man she's going to be with.
I saw a lot of people that I know, especially black women, on the Instagrams that were so angry about the backlash, the hashtag not my Ariels. They're like, a black woman should be able to do this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, you know, you got to be able with a white man. That's like, I've also seen your other posts where you've gone after people for interracial relationships and how black men always have a white woman on their arm and blah, blah, blah. But they don't worry about this black character having a white man on his arm. I'm just saying.
I think that this is going to be a great story to have layers and have depth and to put a different twist on it than your traditional story, because
but if we
Ariel's white and
if we flipped it, you wouldn't be saying that.
I am saying it even though it's flipped.
No, I said if we flipped it.
What do you mean if Ariel was white and the man was black? I still think it would have depth and have layers.
No.
If people were attacking the black man.
I'm saying if Ariel was black and they made her white
character.
You made her white.
She is a black character. Halle Berry is black.
And they're saying if the tradition of the character had been black, and they made it into a white character,
and
like Aunt Jemima was white, or
I still think the story would have depth and it would add a new twist to it. Either way it goes, that's just what I think. I just think that it's sad that because she's black, then she can't play Ariel. I just think that that's ridiculous.
If you go to Disneyland and you see this, or Disney World, and you see the plays and musicals that they put on, it's always colorblind casting.
Exactly.
So I think most people are kind of used to this. If you ever experienced that before,
I was gonna say that too. So if you ever been to Disneyland, you see they have the black Cinderella.
If you go see Frozen,
they have the black.
It was almost all black.
They have the black Beauty from Beauty and the Beast. They have a lot of black different princesses that are of color or of different nationalities. So it's hurtful. It's hurtful that we've come all this far, all this way, and all the strides. And she's so talented. And people are like, that's not my Ariel because she's black.
Well, here's the thing about mermaids anyway. Mermaid, it doesn't matter. It's not about them getting legs and getting on land. Mermaids have siren songs, and they lure men out to sea, and then they drown them at the bottom of the ocean.
Exactly.
And you don't matter what race you are, any woman can do that.
Exactly. And we all do. And we do.
Yeah. I don't know. Anytime when I flip it, and I know that it wouldn't go down that way when it's flipped, then I'm not comfortable with it. When it's done, even though it's not exactly the same thing and all that or whatever, but I don't like that. Oh, we can do it because of this, and you can't do it because of that. That whole thing does not sit well.
I feel with you,
I don't like it.
But there are times when race is loaded in America specifically. Race is very, very loaded. So we can't pretend like it doesn't mean anything. And I hate when people say like, "Oh, I don't see color." You a liar. You are a liar. If you live in America, you see color. But if it is not pertinent, or is not important to the story, I don't see a problem with it. But I do see it the other way. I do think if you took an August Wilson play, you did Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and you made a white Ma Rainey, you're screwing up his work, because that's the point, is that they're black.
Well, generally, when black people do stuff, that's generally the case. So it's going to be more difficult to do that. Mm-hmm. But in some, like, for example, though, if they made Storm white, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, that's a good example where the color wouldn't matter. But I know Black Twitter would have a cow and a half.
I think you're right.
If they made Storm white.
I think you're absolutely right.
If a white woman was cast as Storm. Like, that is not black culture. It is not, it's not super relevant to the story or anything.
I think
We don't own that at all.
I